Hello guys, I'm back again. As you can see, I've done a fair bit between here and the last one. So I've just followed the stitches along, gone from this colour to, where is that brownie colour? Here we go, that colour, and then I went a bit lighter with that colour, just along here and here. So I want to do, I've also gone back in with my Jane Davenport and done a bit of grey and white underneath here because it's more greyish, because it goes like, because there's a little bit of black there and that goes from grey, and so I'm going to be doing, where are we, put these back, some stitching along here in sort of grey. I've also stitched that down with this colour here, which is sort of like a light, it's just before the white one. Stitched that down here. I zigzagged along there to sort of extend that bit because it wasn't quite long enough, and I used the machine to stitch that down. So it's just going to fray a little bit, which is what I like. But what I'm going to do, it seems that every video I add a little bit extra. The last one I added the background fabric. What I want to do with this one, because there is so much stitching and you do get only a limited amount in the guide of your pattern, is I'm going to take a photo and photocopy the finished piece so that you can have a look where you are able to stitch. I haven't done that with the others because this is a very stitch based tutorial, whereas others are more applique pieced and all that, whereas this is definitely a stitch based tutorial. But I really love how it's looking. It's so gorgeous, and it just proves that, you know, you can paint with threads. So okay, so what we're going to do today, so as you can see, it's pretty basic. It's just all stitching, but it just looks so effective because we've blended the different colours in through, like I did say in the other one. I think it needs one more little stitch just there. It's like this blank bit. I also did a French knot in the eye here. Now I think that's a colonial knot because it was bigger, and then a French and a single French knot there. I continued doing that along here, and so I've got this here where I've stitched, you can't see it because it's black on black and it's really hard to see. I just did a backing stitch of the nose, and so I want to just do a little bit of shading. So I'm going to go along here and go from about there to there in a I think I might do a stem stitch. So yep. Just to add a bit of the shine that it has. Okay. Doesn't have to go through all the layers. Sometimes you can just pick up, as long as it goes into the similar hole, as you know what the stem stitch is like. And you're just going to do that along the bottom, like it's got on here on the pattern. Just has a little bit of glint. I think I've gone a bit too far over. There we go. Now I don't know whether I'm just going to leave that there or continue one all the way around. I may. I think I might. tell you my thumb, because it's been pushing. It's actually, because I've done so much stitching on this, it's actually a bit sore. Oh, I think I've gone through too many layers. I've also went to my local quilt shop and I got from Clover Golden Eye embroidery needles numbers 3 to 9, and they're sort of like thinner needles, but they got big eyes, which is what you need to put the thread through. You need a fairly biggish eye, and this gives you, like the bigger ones. And this only cost me $5 from my local patchwork shop. So by Clover Golden Eye embroidery needles numbers 3 to 9. So there you go, an art number 235. So if you were needing to know what type of needles that you use, because I've struggled with it, use these big things like, because it's had a big eye, but then the needle's really thick. Whereas this, when I bought these, so much better. I found that the needles are a little bit thinner, but the eye is big enough to put the thread through, which is good. Okay. Okay. So this isn't white that I've used here. Oh gee, they're not. This gets so difficult. It's the next colour off white, as in the one, the shade down, the really sort of light cream, but on the black it actually looks quite light. So I'm just going to go to here, and then I'll go across the nose. Go up. Okay. And then that's with a stem stitch as well. When I stitched the around the nose, I also, in the black, went underneath here just to sort of give it a bit of a definition. So I'm just going over the top of that as well. Okay. When you're working on the black, it isn't always easy to see. Yeah, they're all a little bit different. I've already got next month's kits all done, and the month after that, so all the kits are all packed and ready to go until April, and then I've still got, a few more things I need to design. I'm going to be doing a little hedgehog and a squirrel. I think I might leave it at that. There we go. Okay. Now what I want to do here, just finish that off, is I need to do the mouth. And I thought this is why I'm showing you this part, because the nose and the mouth and all that are a little bit different, whereas this, even though it's a lot of work, it's just all the same straight stitch, just different colours. Now I'm getting some of the black and I'm going to do the mouth in like a stem stitch in the black. There we go. This has been such a good thing. If you can get hold of the neutral kit by Wonderful, they're the neutrals, because they've got a lot of bright colours in it, but I found the neutral one has been really awesome, because you're always using black and white and browns. Okay, so you're going to just do stem stitch. I will start off with this though. I'll start it off here, just come up through here and we'll do one straight stitch to join the nose to the mouth. And then these two are going to be move that along. And then we're going to start here. And stem stitch is just a stitch where you sew really close together. So I might go back one, even though when I stitch it all together you probably won't see back that far, but it's just it's not a stem stitch, a satin stitch. You just sew really close together, like a fill-in stitch. Once again, it's hard for you to see because it's black, and you just fill in the place of where the mouth is. You know, obviously you're going to get progressively smaller, and when we get to there we might just do a backing stitch, but you sort of do want to fill in the mouth a little bit, make sure that it looks like a mouth. He's just so cute. Love the little foxy. Need to go. Make sure that I'm going to be lining up with where that part meets together. Like I said, not hard, just time consuming. And some of you are probably still like, I haven't even finished my owl yet. But that's okay. 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 I do get very quiet when I'm busy concentrating. That's okay. And you could probably fast forward this bit if you know, you can see me stitching in fast motion. Then this is probably going to be the last tutorial that we do, and then I'll be, you know, I usually like to make a tag. Other ones there was just been plenty to do, but this is just all just straight stitching, so that's why there's only 3. I think this is the 3rd one, but you will see in the thumbnail the finished one, and also I will show you when I make the tag. I'll have this finished piece. So now we're going to slowly make it shorter so that we're, you know, reducing the size. Oop. And you can almost go on a bit of an angle. I don't think that would hurt. Okay. Still got a few more satin stitches to do. Yeah. As you can see, it's getting smaller and smaller. And soon it'll be like a backing stitch. Okay. Okay. Now this last one here will go down there, and we'll come up actually, you know what, we need this to be thicker, so rather than doing a backing stitch, we are going to do a stem stitch, which does come out thicker. So go back like that. Backing stitch and stem stitch are almost opposite of each other. When you do a backing stitch, it looks like a stem stitch on the opposite side, and then when you do a stem stitch, it looks like a backing stitch on here. Okay, I want this to go up because we want our little foxy to have almost like a little sly smile, because you know what they can be like, a little bit on the sly side. So it goes up a little bit. There we go. So that's how you do. That jump from there to there seems a little big. I'll just push that down with your needle. There we go. Oh, he's cute. He's really starting to come alive now. Okay. Okay. Push all this stitching down I like. Now, what I'm going to show you as well, that's why I got this out, because I want to do some of these and these here, and I want to round them, but it does make it rather difficult because when you use thread, it's going to, I'll probably use this one because it's normal thread. I might keep that there. Now get my pencil out. I'm just going to use my pencil, what you would probably do if you've got a light box or something, but you can just sort of guesstimate, and I don't want to do too many. I do need to do some stitching along here, but I might work, I need to show you guys how to do these. So coming from here, you need to be wispy. And quite long. do have a few. I might even have a couple crossing over each other, because that's just how they are in nature. Okay, I think that should be enough, but we might have some starting here, even if I have to put another little knot ding there. Okay, now I'm going to get this little thread. So this is just a black cotton thread. Okay, and it's one of the old black cotton threads, so it's quite sturdy. If you want to, you could probably almost use a black polyester thread because they're nice and strong, but because this is a vintage one, it's pretty strong as well. So what we will do is I'll start from about here, and I'm going to go to about there. Actually, you know what? That's what I was going to do. I thought, how was I going to do this? I was going to do couching, but that means I'm going to need another black thread. So you need 2 needles. So we are going to go to where the outcome of that one is, and I think that one is there. It's a bit shorter, the next one's longer. So we're going to go like that. Then grab another needle. Grab some more of this thread. And we're going to do tiny little couches with the same thread. Okay. Now, any of you who have made my scissors case and saw the tutorial for that, I did couching in that one, so I'll re-show you. So you come out, you go into pretty much the same hole, and because you don't want it to be straight, you want it to be threads coming out everywhere. You want it to curve. So what we do is we do tiny little couches, which is okay. You come out right next to it. Okay, I'll go up a little closer. So you've got the initial thread, which is following the line of where that is, and this is like a tiny little couching where you go next to it. So this is why you need a bit of a guideline, and then go up just a little bit further, say about, I don't know, an inch, and then we're going to hold that down. I mean, if you want to, you can just keep them straight if you don't want to go to this bother of making them look rounded, but I just think, where are we? There it is. In order to give it that genuine look of, you know, being curved, which is what whiskers are. They're not straight, but you could probably do some just small straight stitches, but I thought I'm just going to go the extra mile, and even though this is a fair bit of work, Hopefully you guys can see that. We will have curved whiskers. Where are we? There we are. And because it's being couched down by the same colour thread, and it's nice and thin, it's not as noticeable. You can still see it. It's only because it's nice and close that you can see it. Okay. Then what you do when you come to the end is you would hold that down. I would probably go over that a couple of times just to make sure that it's being held down. Then there we go. So you got your first whisker, and then okay, then we've got the other big one. This is the couching one. So we get the other one, which the thread has come out of. And so that we don't have to rethread and go back to the start. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. Okay. It does get a bit tricky with, okay, we are going to start here and then go all the way into there. Okay, now that's going to get pushed up. Then we grab the other thread, which has stopped around about there, and we come out here and do the same thing, except for back the other way. And this is the way we don't have to rethread, if you know what I mean. And because they're such long whiskers, this is something you just need to do. Okay. Hope you're getting the drift of what I'm talking about. Okay. So it's about half an inch in between. I mean, not half an inch, quarter of an inch in between each stitch where you're holding it down and just pushing that bit of you know, because that's going to move, so you're just pushing it into the place, and that's why you do need to have a drawn line so you know where that is going to go. Okay, it's always the little details that add the extra. Okay, I mean, this is how I do it. If you've got an easier way, let me know, or you know, if you've seen another tutorial, someone doing it an easy way, do it that way. We'll just do straight stitches, maybe shorter straight stitches, you know, and like how when I first did it. You could probably do one to there and then sort of curve it over, but I just sort of really wanted to give it that curvy look. Okay, now we're back at the start, and then we are going to do the same thing when you get to the near the end. Make sure that you pull that, and I'm going to go over it a couple of times, I think. Just to make sure it's being held down. Okay, now pull that aside. Find the next one, which is, oh, I think I've just sewn that in. I'll have to pull that out. Okay. Does get tricky. Okay. Find the next part, which is, I think, here. And it's going to go along here. Okay, where are we? That one is there, and that one's there. Okay, so we are, some of them are going to be crossing over, going to there. Okay. There we go. And then this is back down the bottom there. I am going to pause it. So yeah, that's going to go along there and finish off this part. Then what I want to do is I do need to, I'm going to do some, like that's become that, that's his colour here. And because I did the grey with the watercolour, some of them it's gone in there, which I actually don't mind. So I'm just going to go out with a bit of grey and just do a couple of like small little stitches along there to fill in the grey, and then I'm going to do white, and I'll probably do some white along the edges here too, sort of like blending that in, because he's actually quite white just here and in here as well. So what I will have to do is I'll just finish this off. I was thinking maybe we could use this, but I think that's just too thick. So we'll go back just so I got somewhere to and finish off. Oop. Just to get that out of the way. Oop. Okay, hope you're enjoying making these and learning a few different skills. Now that's the couching one, so we're really close to there, so we would couch that. Give that a pull, and we are there we go. See, it really does pay to know where the heck you're going. Okay, down and up. Okay, well, so I'll pause it for a bit and then I'll come back to show you. Oh, it's so cute. See, it's looking really so cute. It's really, that gives it the fox look, I think. So I'll just pause it. already been a few minutes, so I'm just going to continue on with this off camera. I've still probably got about 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 more. And then what I'm going to do with this grey, I've got just a couple of straggly little bits to do along here. Probably do a couple in between, and then I'm gonna go along. I might just do bits and pieces here and there in the white, bit like the robin, just to, you know, accentuate that there is white. A bit more here, maybe a couple more here, and then I'm going to do a few little bits here and here. So okay, see where we go, and then I'm probably going to do a few little white bits in here. So you'll see in the thumbnail what I've done anyway, but I'll give you a bit of a close-up. So you just do a little bit like I did with the robin. So these bits will be white, these bits will be sort of like a lighter grey, and that'll be white, and then I might do a few little white bits along here as well, and then we are done. Isn't he gorgeous? I just think he's so pretty. Foxes are very pretty. I mean, they can be quite pesky, but they are pretty. But see how it just looks, you know, I'll give you a close-up as I can. I do want to get that fine curved line, and that the best way to do it is to do the really light couching. I really think that makes it into the fox. Okay guys, well thank you very much. I have so enjoyed doing this. I think it's just so beautiful. And in the next one we are going to be doing a tag with the leftover pieces that you've got. You don't seem to have this fabric, like, as it's just enough for the eye. So even if you just come up with, you know, some of the black and that, and then your background fabric, and then you design bits and pieces of your own if you are wanting to do the tag thing. Okay, I will catch you in the next video, and in the next block of the month it's going to be a frog. So that's going to be in well, where are we? We're March, April. So there you go. Okay, thank you guys, and I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching, and thanks for going along with me. Okay, bye.